Welcome to the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program, where we are reporting on the last 2 of 3 rounds in the Northwest Indiana Empty Arena Wrestling Tournament. This 64-person elimination tournament began a couple of weeks ago with 64 entrants. It has now come down to 4. The final figure 4, featuring a match between Dick Davis versus Richie Rothschild and Billy the Kid versus D.W. Kelly. Before the action gets underway, we, of course, as always, want to give each of the contestants a chance to have his say as far as his opponent is concerned. Now, I've heard that Dick Davis is actually outside the building here, which I should say is an empty arena. The only people here are the 4 contestants, 1 cameraman, myself to report on the action, and all of the concession stand workers because we need our snacks. But I understand that Dick Davis is outside the arena getting himself psyched up for the action, so I'm going to have to open the door and go outside and see if I can get some comments from him.
Richie Rothschild, look who it is again. See, this whole time, I've secretly been wanting you and I to eventually meet up in the NWI EAWW tournament. Because see, not only have you and I been in the ring together multiple times, but whether you realize it or not, you and I are actually a lot alike, buddy. See, imagine it this way. Dick versus Dick. We both enjoy our brown-bagged adult beverages. Much like yourself, as you can see, I'm a bit of a vagabond. Just a little bit. But you know what the biggest difference is between you and I? The biggest difference is you supposedly have these supernatural forces that work in your favor. And once again, not just like the last time that we met in the ring, but now, in this tournament, you're going to see what it's like when those supernatural forces go up against the irresistible force of the King of Old Style, Dick Davis. That's right, Gypsy King versus King of Old Style. King versus King. And guess what? Whatever you have written in the cards laid in front of you, it's not going to help you. The outcome's going to be the exact same. I'm going to come out with my hand raised high, and you're going to get sent home to rub your little crystal balls, because that's all you're going to have left to do, Richie. Best of luck to you. You're going to need it.
Thank you, Dick Davis. And now we're back inside at the backstage area. Richie Rothschild's just chilling in the green room.
Dick Davis, in your video attack on me, you brought up mysterious forces. And I believe you're speaking of the fates that have thus far positioned me to win this NWI EAWW tournament. Those same fates are the ones that will condemn you to lose. I want you to think about mocking them as you're sitting in the Slovak Club, crying into your old style. Speaking of old style, let's talk about the drink comparisons that you made between me and you. I like them. Because you are much like an old style. Your flavor will never change. It's not great, but it'll never change. It's reliable. Whereas myself, much like a fine wine, will continue to get better. In your comparisons that you've made between me and yourself, you've only proven that you don't know Dick.
And ladies and gentlemen, while this appeared to be sort of, I don't know if you can call a wrestling match a cordial competition, but 2 people that do have respect for each other. However, Dick Davis did overhear Richie Rothschild's comments, particularly about the Slovak Club. That did not sit well with him.
All right, listen up, Esmeralda. You say whatever you want about me, but don't you ever badmouth or slander the American Slovak Club ever again. Because guess what? If you do, I'm going to send you packing to whatever watery hellhole it is you go drinking at, and you're going to be able to have a pint of your own tears on tap. I hope you're thirsty.
So it looks like there might be a little bit of extra tension between those two as we look forward to their match. The other contest between Billy the Kid and D.W. Kelly. Now remember, Billy the Kid had been eliminated from the tournament, but at one point during a round, Cletus Farmer had won a match, but then was catastrophically injured in doing so and was unable to continue, and so there was a sudden death 5-way elimination match. One of the entrants in that match was Billy the Kid to get a second chance. He won and has now been carrying on, and he defeated Fireball subsequently to that. That leaves him ready to take on D.W. Kelly in this final figure 4. Billy the Kid, what do you have to say?
This week, I'm up against a man who just wants to coast on luck to the championship match. D.W. Kelly, I don't know if you're lazy, you don't know how to cut a promo, stupid, or a combination of all three. You are nothing more than just a wet fart to me, an inconvenience on my way to the top. And as far as this match is considered with Dick Davis and Ricky Rothschild, I don't give a damn who wins, because when I get my shot, you're looking at the next NWI EAWW champion. Because I have something everybody else doesn't have, and that's a second chance, and I'm damn sure not going to waste that. And that's the end of the story, because it's just the way it is.
Billy the Kid, perhaps a little unfortunately, has compared D.W. Kelly to bodily emissions. But it could be a little fair because all along D.W. Kelly has indeed been silent but deadly. Not a single word to be spoken by D.W. Kelly, and yet he has blazed through every round of this tournament so far. We'll give him a chance to say one thing before we head to the action. Okay, so I guess we have our answer. So here we go. The final figure 4, Dick Davis versus Richie Rothschild, taking place in the empty arena. What I will do is give you about the last couple of minutes of action in that match. Ladies and gentlemen, before we do go to the action, I've been informed that we have a late-breaking development in terms of an additional stipulation to the match between Dick Davis and Richie Rothschild, or rather I should say not a stipulation during the match, but rather a stipulation for after the match, which is good because the board of the Northwest Indiana Empty Arena Wrestling Corporation could not sanction this within the match. However, what the contestants choose to do in their spare time afterwards is out of our purview.
Dick Davis defeating you in the NWI EAWW tournament is already a foregone conclusion for me. So the fates have informed me to look towards the future. See, we've talked a lot about our favorite adult beverages back and forth. So they suggested we have a little drink off, a little gypsy drink off, me and you. When the plague dies down, you pick the spot, I pick the drinks, and you bring beautiful Bobby Anderson. You bring Big Andy D. You bring the Killer Cat. 'Cause after you've passed out drunk, you're gonna need somebody to carry you home.
You know, Gypsy Rich, that doesn't sound like a half bad idea. So guess what? I gladly accept your challenge. When this whole plague thing is all said and done, let's find a time, let's find a place, let's pick our poison. I'll bring my big old gaggle of goons, you bring all your gypsies, tramps, and thieves, and we'll have ourselves a good old time. I'll see you then.
We are coming into the action well into this match. Dick Davis and Richie Rothschild both exhausted from the toll that this match has taken so far. Richie Rothschild is Getting a second win, though. He's taken down the straps on his singlet. He's pulling Dick Davis across into the center of the ring. He's got him in an ankle lock. Dick Davis rolls him over, though, and attempts a pinfall, but only gets 2. Davis is up, swings at Rothschild, misses. Rothschild with a suplex onto Dick Davis, which takes him down. Both men are just exhausted and barely able to get to their feet. Rothschild is standing over Davis, ready to pounce. Davis is slowly getting to his feet along the ropes. Rothschild tries to get Davis up into a slam, but Davis reverses it into a DDT. And now Rothschild is showing signs of sluggishness, laying there on the mat, holding his head. Davis is up onto the top turnbuckle in the corner with a big frog splash right onto Richie Rothschild. He's getting a pin. 1, 2, and no. Rothschild kicks out right before the 3, and Dick Davis is just looking on in disbelief. The referee is explaining to Davis that Rothschild did get his shoulder up right before the count of 3. Davis still doesn't believe it. He is begging with the ref to reconsider that count, but we know that isn't going to happen. Davis with his hands in his hair, barely believing this match still has to go on. He doesn't know what to do. He's standing on his feet over Rothschild, looking puzzled. He's picking Rothschild up by his head, trying to drag Rothschild to his feet. Rothschild is dead weight. Unless it was a ruse, Rothschild has kind of come to with a burst of energy, has flipped down Dick Davis and has him in an ankle lock. He is twisting that ankle really hard. They are both in the center of the ring. Davis has nowhere to go. His hand is up. He wants to tap out. Davis is at his wit's end. Half of his body wants to tap, the other half doesn't, and he manages to somersault forward and fling Rothschild out through the ring ropes onto the floor. Davis is still in the center of the ring. He is writhing in pain, holding onto that ankle. He's actually unlacing his boot. It looks like there must be swelling already in the ankle because of that ankle lock. Davis is still down on his knees, rolling back and forth, grabbing at that ankle, but still loosening the boot to try to relieve the pressure just a little bit even. Rothschild is still outside the ring. He's slowly getting to his feet, approaching the apron. Dick Davis sees Rothschild at his feet and says, "Oh bleep." Rothschild rushes back into the ring, chases down Davis, and now he has him in another ankle lock, working on that same foot, twisting that sucker really hard. Davis reaches up with his other foot and is pushing away at Rothschild. Rothschild pops off the boot and runs away with it, comes back. Davis puts him in a small package, and using his own feet for leverage, Davis gets the pinfall on Richie Rothschild, who's sitting there holding the boot of Davis in disbelief. Not only did the foot escape from the boot, but the victory has escaped from Richie Rothschild, and Dick Davis takes the win against Richie Rothschild. We have one more match to go. And now we take you to the match between D.W. Kelly and Billy the Kid. This match has been going on for over half an hour already at this point. Both men are exhausted. D.W. Kelly just hit Billy the Kid with a big elbow drop off of the top turnbuckle, and now he is staggering over into a corner, barely holding himself up on the ropes. D.W. Kelly waiting for Billy the Kid to get to his feet. D.W. Kelly still standing in the corner, stomping with one leg. Well, Billy the Kid, he might not know what's coming. He is just groggy. He is coming to his feet. He's crawled himself to the opposite side of the ring, holding onto the ring ropes to pull himself up to his feet. D.W. Kelly waiting and nails him with a giant super kick. Billy the Kid is flat on his back. D.W. Kelly is crawling over, hooking a leg. 1, 2, and right before 3, Billy the Kid kicks out, even after that massive kick to the face. Both men are just lying there motionless now. The crowd's going crazy in the background. Billy the Kid just looked right into the camera. He has no idea where he is at the moment. Sheer reflex getting that kick out right before the 3. D.W. Kelly face down in the mat, not believing that this match is still going on. Billy the Kid starting to come up onto his knees. D.W. Kelly dragging himself over on his elbows, grabbing onto Billy the Kid from behind, pulls him over to face him. Both men are just now clinging to each other like two boxers in a rest hold, pulling each other's hair, helping each other get to their feet. A big knife-edge chop from D.W. Kelly, and then a punch by Billy the Kid. Another knife-edge chop from Kelly, a punch from Billy the Kid. Now a punch from Kelly. Billy the Kid drops to his knees, comes back up with a big haymaker. And another big haymaker right to the head of D.W. Kelly. He returns a knife-edge chop, another knife-edge chop, another. Until Billy the Kid just plants a boot right in D.W. Kelly's face, flips him upside down, and now D.W. Kelly is down on the mat. Billy the Kid standing over him. Hardly any energy left. Billy the Kid staggering towards D.W. Kelly, grabs him by the hair, lifts him up and over his shoulder. Maybe he's going for a pile driver, but no. D.W. Kelly fights his way out. More knife-edge chops to Billy the Kid. Fire engine red all over those pectorals. Irish whip into the ropes. Billy the Kid flings Kelly into the corner, chases him in, and then Kelly gets a foot up. Billy the Kid's face says hello to the bottom of that boot. Once again, both men are down on the mat. Kelly in the corner, laying half in and out of the ring underneath the turnbuckles. Billy the Kid more towards the center of the ring. D.W. Kelly is pulling himself to his feet using the corner turnbuckles. His legs just have no more energy. Well, now they do have energy. He's climbing to the top rope, back to the ring. He is going for a moonsault out of the top corner. Billy the Kid catches him in position for a pile driver and drives Kelly right down on top of his head. He grabs his arms, folds them over the chest, and 1, 2, 3, Billy the Kid has pinned D.W. Kelly after catching him attempting a moonsault and changing it into a pile driver right there on the mat. And so that closes out the final figure 4 of Northwest Indiana Empty Arena Wrestling. Tune in next time for our very final competition, which will feature Dick Davis versus Billy the Kid for all the marbles. It is time for the die rolling in the Northwest Indiana Empty Arena Wrestling final figure 4. I can't believe how exciting this is. In one match, our remaining 2 competitors are Dick Davis and Richie Rothschild. Dick Davis, the king of old style, versus Richie Rothschild, the Gypsy King. A true battle of royalty. Both gentlemen have submitted promos, which you can hear soon, and therefore it's an even draw. Dick Davis 1 through 5, Richie Rothschild 6 through 10. Dick Davis takes the win. Beer is better than jewelry, apparently. Our next pairing is Billy the Kid versus D.W. Kelly. Billy the Kid with a second life in this tournament thanks to an unusual circumstance and a catastrophic injury in a previous round. D.W. Kelly the silent assassin. He's never said a word, but he's blazing his way through this tournament. Now, since Billy the Kid did submit a promo in these last couple of rounds, the rule is that submission of a promo when your opponent did not means if you need it, you get an extra roll for a possibility to win. So this first roll, Billy the Kid 1 through 5, DW Kelly 6 through 10. If it lands 6 through 10, I roll again to give Billy the Kid another chance to win. Don't need it. Billy the Kid comes up also with a 3. This really is a random Google 10-sided die, believe me. But we are now down to the final pairing. Dick Davis versus Billy the Kid.